Hello again, and let me say welcome to another edition of John's Sports Corner. And I would like to say that the acceptance and the support of this sports platform has really been more than spectacular. On LinkedIn, he leads all posts on LinkedIn that comes off the most social media network. On many occasions, we have 1, 2, 3 in viewership of the sport. So I see that sports, therefore, is an integral part of not only the LinkedIn platform, but of course of our platform. And we have a lot of our Caribbean people who find it very, I would say, very comforting that they can actually tune in at their own time, at their own pace, in their own time zones, and listen to sports update from John. And let me also remind you that this is also available on Sosofat Media Network, www.sosofat.com. And also, when you go there, please remember to go to the Winner's Circle store and purchase your extraordinary products, sorrel, and none other than the #1 gold medal winner, Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee. John, let me say welcome to another edition of your update to our community.
Thank you so much, Trevor, and a very good afternoon to our viewers, to our listeners, whoever where you are listening. I know it could be morning someplace or night, but welcome to John Sports Corner here on the Sosofat Media Network. And as Trevor mentioned, you can go to the Sosofat shop, go into the Winner's Circle Sports section and see what merchandise in there you might like. And as we say, the great Jamaican coffee, Blue Mountain. I tell you what, sometimes you're trying to figure out what to get for a birthday gift or Christmas is coming, Christmas gift. Don't knock your brain out. Just get some Blue Mountain coffee. Whoever you buy that coffee for will love you forever.
Definitely.
But again, let me start with some birthdays. Yesterday, Rashid Broadbell, our Olympic bronze medalist, celebrated a birthday. And today, the coach of MVP, Glenn Mills, celebrates a birthday. One of my favorite basketball players of yesterday, Magic Johnson, celebrates a birthday today. One of my favorite soccer players of yesterday, also JJ Okocha of Nigeria, celebrates today. Former Jamaica and West Indies cricketer, he would have celebrated a birthday today, Tommy Scott. So too, that great Nigerian boxer would have celebrated a birthday today, Dick Tiger. I remember going to the Garden, I think that was back in 1968, when he was defending his title against Bob Foster. And boy, I tell you, it was something else. Bob Foster creamed him in the 4th round to dethrone Dick Tiger. But, on Thursday, another former West Indies cricketer celebrates Reggie Scarlett. And on Friday, the great Shivnarine Chandapal celebrates her birthday too. So, two Olympic gold medalists out of Trinidad and Tobago, Hasley Crawford, celebrates her birthday. On Saturday, and another one of our outstanding athletes out of Jamaica, Roisin McDonald, celebrates. Women's West Indies cricketer Chanel Henry celebrates, and I guess they are the darlings of Jamaica's track and field these days. Trevor, Tia and Tina Clayton, they celebrate a birthday on Saturday. Yeah,
that must have been a big party, John.
Coming up Saturday, coming up, and Sunday coming up. Mikhail Louis, a current youngster playing West Indies cricket. Before I dive into today's sports roundup, Jamaica felt another little shaky in the Buff Bay area on Monday, said to be 2.9 on the Richter scale. And it seemed as if quite a few rumbles in Jamaica in the past few months, Trevor. And, for those who have never felt an earthquake, a real earthquake, it's not a nice feeling. Even after it has passed, you're still feeling it.
You know, John, that is the time when you start playing this song. I feel the hurt move under my feet.
you know? Well, the fat lady has sung as the curtain came down on the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. So again, let me look at our final, what I call Olympic house cleaning.
Mm.
A man was arrested ahead of the closing ceremony for climbing the Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
Yes. The US again men's disqualified again in the 4x1 relay final. Canada with Andre de Grasse on anchor bringing home the gold.
Oh,
More
yes.
disappointment for Jamaica with medal hopes. Akira Nugent failing to finish her 100 hurdles race. So too the women's 4x4 relay team as Antoinette Knight had the baton knocked out of her hand on the second leg. Perhaps even more unfortunate, it was Stephanie and McPherson's final Olympic Games, and
Oh.
Stephanie was scheduled to run the anchor leg. As a matter of fact, when the incident happened, Antoinette Knight was really well placed, and I was hoping that we would have gotten at least a bronze. The gold was out of the question, Trevor. When I saw the US team for the gold medal,
Yes.
I said there is no way
No
the
way.
US could lose, even if they drop the button.
No way. Same thing in the 400. No way.
Well, anyway, young Jamaican triple jumper Jaden Hibbert has shut his season down and will not go to the Peru Junior World Championship for the second consecutive international meet. Jaden has come down lame. And while in the World Championship, he was not able to complete his jumps. Here he did complete his jumps and finished fourth. Just as a matter of fact, he was something like 0.2 centimeters or something like that outside of a bronze medal. Jamaica medal hopefuls, Akira Nugent and Rashawn Clark, clattered their hurdles and did not finish their finals. As a matter of fact, I thought Rashawn was in good position when he came off the turn. And I thought he might have squeezed a bronze medal, but then he hit that 10th hurdle and just lost his balance and his composure and did not finish the race. The final track and field event was the women's marathon, where we saw Ethiopian-born Sifan Hassan,
Yes.
who runs now for the Netherlands, taking home gold in a new Olympic record, 2 hours, 22 minutes, 0.55 seconds. She has become the first woman to win 2 medals on the track and the marathon in the same Olympic Games. At the 2020 Olympics, she won gold in the 5,000 and 10,000 and got bronze in the 1,500. I don't know what they're feeding her, Trevor, but in
Yellow yam,
Paris.
John. Yellow yam, John. Yellow yam.
But in Paris, she has the marathon gold in the bag, as well as bronze in the 5 and 10,000 meter races. She's only 31, and I think young enough for more
Another shot.
Olympic glory in
Yes.
2028 in LA, my town, my kind of town. um, Perhaps the biggest post-Olympics question for Jamaica team management: why so many of our athletes came to the games injured and or picked up injuries during their event?
And that's an open discussion that is taking place, John. We have had quite a few complaints from the athletes themselves that their coaches were not allowed to come to the games. They were in the
Mm-hmm,
village. They're in the village for 2 weeks without their coach. And normally their coach takes them through their routine, through their warm-up
mm-hmm,
routine on a
mm-hmm,
daily basis, not
mm-hmm,
on game day now, on a daily basis. Sometimes they would have them on the massage tables,
mm-hmm.
taking the kinks out of their muscles, all the things that a good coach knows he has to do. And it has been looked at as strictly a matter of economics, John. It was strictly a matter of economics. The money was not being spent on our athletes. And we have had this complaint, whether it be soccer or cricket or athletics. Now it's going around in circle. And Coach Mills, if I remember, was very outspoken about this. And I'm sure you are gonna let me let you touch on that in that sense anyway.
Well, they some monies were spent on the athletes, but from what I understand, the J3s wanted to have, I think it's 17 coaches or officials,
Yes.
and the number was restricted to by the JOA, which is Jamaica Olympic Association, to I think it's either 11 or 12. I don't remember the figure now. But some of our athletes didn't have their coaches
Right.
with them,
Right.
and and having your coach with you at the Olympic Games is crucial,
Yes. Yes.
because your coach n- knows about your preparation. Your coach knows about your routine
Yes.
that is required going into a meet, especially a big meet.
Yes.
And some of our athletes didn't have. Our high jumper, she didn't have, and what's her name in the shot put, complained about not having her coach, and but yes, and as you did say that the Racers Track Club leader Glenn Mills, he is actually calling on the Jamaica Olympic Association and the Jamaica Athletic Administrative Association to put aside their differences. Our track and field could take a retrograde step. The coach out of MVP, Stephen Francis,
Yes.
Stephen talked about um, this Olympic. I think he said this is his 8th Olympic Games,
Mm-hmm.
at least in track and field. But it's the worst he has been to. It was amateurish, as he put it, how it
Okay.
was organized. And folks might have seen something going around on social media where Shelley-Ann Fraser-Price and some other athletes, but Shelley-Ann was one of them, turned up to go and warm up for the semi-final of the 100 meters.
Yes.
And they told her, well, she couldn't go through that gate anymore. And she said the day before, that's the gate she used.
Right.
But apparently, there was a change, I guess, to entry into the warm-up area overnight. And we are not, it is alleged that the Jamaica administrators weren't informed about it. It's particularly because Shelley wasn't staying in the village with the team, so she was on her own. So the bus could pass through that gate with the athletes, but the individual athletes coming on their own with their ID and whatever other identification they carry with them could not go through that gate. They had to travel somewhere else to gain access to warm up. And you know, Trevor, as a sprinter, you have you probably have certain time slots on how you do things, how you
Yes.
get ready for the race. And you get to the
Physically and mentally.
physically and mentally.
Yes.
And to get to the gate and told that you can't get in, it affects you mentally. You're
Of
getting ready to
course.
prepare for your race.
Of
Because your
course.
whole focus now is on that race.
Well, you know that they're in France, and France has never won a 100-meter gold medal.
Well, maybe one day.
I think
Anyway,
I think the last time France had the Olympic was what, 90 um over 50 years ago, if
that
I'm not
their
mistaken.
host, that their host.
Yes,
I don't remember exactly what year actually. But
it's a long time ago.
yeah.
It's a long time ago.
Um, couple of exciting and entertaining basketball finals
Oh yes.
between the US and France for both men and women. The US again winning the men gold medal in score 98-87. That game was close. The women's game was even closer, and it came down to the last shot.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
US leading by 3 points, and an inbound with that, I think, point something seconds left on the clock. And it's a one-time pass, a one-time shot. But the young lady who took the shot was stepping on the 3-point line, so it registered as only a 2 points. And France lost the game in regular time by one
One.
point.
Wow. So
One
well,
point.
so you have to say that France in both the women and
Mhm.
the men's um platform with basketball is very strong.
It is. And I would also say, based on what I have seen in these Olympic Games, the teams around the world are certainly closing the gap, if you might want to put it that way, between the US and those countries. And I have to big up South Sudan. South
Oh
Sudan, who
yes.
just started playing basketball, and they did quite well in these Olympic Games.
Yes.
Uh, despite the,
Their tourism should increase significantly this year.
I tell you, tell you. Despite the controversy surrounding her gender eligibility issues, Algeria's Imane Khalif defeated China's Yang Lin by unanimous decision in their gold medal boxing match. The other female boxer with a gender eligibility issue, Taiwan's Lin Yuting, also won gold, defeating Poland's Julia Serementa on points also. Both Khalif and Lin Yuting were asked to carry their country's flags at the closing ceremonies. The medal haul for the Caribbean looked like this. Cuba got 9 medals with 2 golds, Jamaica 6, Dominica Republic 3, St. Lucia and Puerto Rico 2 medals each, Dominica and Grenada 1 medal each. And certainly kudos to English-speaking Caribbean countries in particular who left their mark on the Paris Olympic Games. St. Lucia gaining their first ever Olympic medals through their sprint queen, Julian Alfred. She won the women's 100 and the 200 and second in the 200. Dominica, their first ever Olympic medal through Theo Lafond, who got gold in the women's triple jump. A multiple medal tally for Grenada, with bronze medals in the javelin through Anderson Peters and Victor Lindor in the decathlon. And while the medal tally wasn't that was what was expected for Jamaica, they too had historic moments in these Olympic Games, with Roger Stoner throwing for an Olympic record in the first ever Olympic gold medal in shot put in discus rather, for Jamaica. And Shanika Ricketts, silver in the women's triple jump, Jamaica's first ever Olympic medal in field events. The US, of course, ended with 126 medals, topping the medal table, followed by China, 91. However, both the US and China got 40 medals. Of course, you know, the US preaching that they won 126 medals. But, you know, I think China did very well in terms of their gold medal tally to
Yes.
equal the US. And, you know, certainly kudos to China. And for the most part, Olympians are being rewarded for their efforts as they return to their respective countries. One such I must mention, a couple of them, you know, Trevor, is Philippine gymnast Carlos Yulo, who added 2 Olympic gold medals to his world championship tally. He will pocket 13 million Philippine pesos, which is a little less than 230,000 US dollars.
Okay.
He gets a house and a condo.
Okay.
Wonder why he needs a house and a condo.
Well, you
Is
know,
that one of those countries where you can have more than one wife?
or
Or
maybe maybe doesn't want to live with his parents.
that too? Or it could be a wife and a significant other. um, Free lifetime buffet from a restaurant chain, lifetime ramen for his sushi bar, and free lifetime gastroenterology consultations and colonoscopies. Pakistan dished out 897,000 to javelin thrower Ashad Nadeem for his Olympic record throw of 92.97 meters.
Now,
He also,
were those US dollars, John?
yes, these are
Okay.
yours. I did a conversion.
Okay.
Yes, yes. He also got a new car with the license plate PAK 92.97.
Okay.
His coach was also given $18,000.
Plus, he get a percentage of the artist contributions as an agent.
Well, you know, it's the government who handing out this kind of money. And I know Jamaica is also doing some kind of financial reward, so to speak, to our athletes too.
No, no. When you say all athletes, John, are we talking about all the
The
athletes who went,
Olympians, the
all the
Olympians,
Olympians?
the
Because
Olympians and the coaching staff.
okay, because traditionally we only hear about those who come back with medals, John.
With the go, no, the article I read, it said the Olympians and their coaching staff and the
Well,
coaching staff
we would
will
like to
get
see
some kind of.
we would like to see a printout of that list and how much to get when this completed, John.
Well, you know how we are very private with certain things, Trevor.
In US dollars, John.
We don't talk. Thomas Coach, the International Olympic Committee president, says he will step down when his term ends in 2025. And World Athletics President Lord Sebastian Coe says he'll give it serious thought about running for the presidency. According to the IOC rules, no candidate can declare their candidacy until 3 months before the election. Election is March 2025, and the new president takes office June 2025. Of course, the next Olympic Games will be on US soil, LA, my town, my kind of town, as the Four Tops used to say. Cricket will be part of those games. And I guess in another 3 years or so, we will know who represents the West Indies in cricket in these games. And it has to be one of the islands if they make it. By the way, the Olympic flag has arrived in Los Angeles for 2028. The doping case involving U.S. sprinter Arian Knightdom is being appealed and will be sent to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. The Athletic Integrity Unit announced it was appealing the no-fault finding issued by United States Athletic Doping Agency before the Olympics. My only question, Trevor, is to this decision, why wait till after the Olympic Games? Unless, of course, that it took time to gather evidence for them to file that appeal. Knightdom tested positive for a banned substance, trenbolone, that he claimed came from oxtail he bought at a bakery in Central Florida.
Well, that jerk seasoning, John, sometimes have some things that nobody explains. As a matter of fact, let me say this, that Loan Lyle's girlfriend has been coming under some criticism.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that she never won her heat, but they're pretty much blaming her for Noah Lyle's winning.
Well,
because Miss Nancy say that she is the one who gave him yellow yam to eat.
yeah. And he got to Jamaica, must have like the car go to it for trouble. And him said, why the ram goat liver don't make for you the Spanish water.
Yes.
Anyway, Trevor, of course, we mentioned before that our juniors will take her to the track in the under-20 athletics world championship in Peru starting August 26th. Jamaica's triple jumper again, phenom Jaden Hibbert, has shut his season down and will not go to the Junior World Championship. And I have not seen a team yet that has been named by the J3A. So I'm wondering, unless I missed it, wondering where's the team that will be representing Jamaica. Johnny Grave in cricket steps down as Cricket West Indies CEO at the end of October 2024. He has served as CEO since February 2017 and was able to guide West Indies cricket through the turbulent COVID pandemic period. He was also instrumental in assisting Cricket West Indies purchase the Coolidge Cricket Ground in Antigua, which has become the home of West Indies cricket. While Johnny Grave is being hailed for his good work, he did as the Cricket West Indies CEO. We must also thank former Cricket West Indies President Wycliffe Dave Cameron for having the foresight to select a good man for the job. He served, actually, Johnny Grave has served under 3 Cricket West Indies presidents. The rain affected West Indies South Africa first test at Queen's Park Oval in Trinidad and Tobago ended in a draw. Scores against South Africa 357 and 173 for 3 declared. West Indies 233 and 201 for the loss of 5 wickets. Ali Catanese punching a valuable 92 in the West Indies second innings. In last week's report, I said I would have preferred Ashmead Ned to Jomel Warrican in the West Indies squad. Well, I have to give it to Mr. Warrican. He bowled well, snaring 6 wickets, including getting to the landmark 50 test wickets. The West Indies starting line for that first test was Craig Brathwaite, captain, Joshua De Silva, Ali Catanese, Casey Carty, Jason Holder, Kevin Hodge, Mikel Louis, Gudakesh Moti, Kemar Roach, Jaden Seals, and Jomel Warrican. And it was good to see Kemar Roach back in the fold after he missed the series in England because of a bum knee. The second test bowls off tomorrow at Providence in Guyana. And Captain Craig Brathwaite, Trevor, gets a chance to prove that rain didn't save West Indies from that first test defeat. Actually, something like
Okay.
142 overs were not bowled because of rain.
Yes.
And this is really so sad, Trevor, that former England Test cricketer Graham Thorpe committed suicide after suffering from depression and anxiety for quite a spell. In 2022, he made an attempt, from what I understand, to take his life, and since then has been under close manners. He played 100 test matches for England between 1993 and 2005, scoring 6,744 runs. That included 16 test centuries. Certainly condolences to the Thorpe family. English Test captain Ben Stokes sidelined for the rest of the summer after tearing his left hamstring playing the 100. He'll miss the 3-test series against Sri Lanka that starts August 21st. Ollie Pope will lead England in Stokes' absence. And onto the world football, the one that we use with our feet, Trevor.
Yes.
Senior Reggae Boys coach Stephen McLaren was officially introduced to Jamaica on Thursday. He says when he returns to England, he'll have conversations with players on the English side to see their interest in playing for Jamaica and to see where their headspace is. He says he also intends to have conversations with Leon Bailey and the prospect Mason Greenwood, who is, I think he's part of the Manchester United property. McLaren expects to name a squad in the next couple of weeks to get ready for the CONCACAF Nations League assignment against Cuba in the office on September 6th. The David Wagga-Hunt Football Classic is set for this Saturday at the UWI Mona Bowl. There are 3 matches scheduled that promises an afternoon of pure action. The UWI Pelicans will play the St. George's Old Boys, and they get things going at 2. And that followed by the Super League home team, Augustown, taking on Jamaica Premier League club, Harborview. And then the big anticipated clash between Kingston College and Calabar High School. The 14th staging of the Football Classic is a tribute to David Wagga-Hunt, who is a Kingston College alum, but best remembered for his work at Calabar, where he guided the Red Hills Road School to its first Manning Cup and Oliver Shield titles in 28 years in 2005. The foundation provides scholarships for 2 grade 8 students for both Kingston College and Calabar. And, you know, I hope the results at the recent Jamaica under 15 Reggae Girls at the just concluded CONCACAF Under 15 League Championships in Costa Rica. We have to improve. While defeating our neighbors Haiti 2-1, the young Reggae Girls were swamped 11-0 by the US and lost by identical scores to Costa Rica and El Salvador. On the heels of these results, senior Reggae Girls coach Hubert Busby points out that what Jamaica's young ladies need is age group competitions to help with their development. And I tell you, you know, Trevor, I hope the community she lost by Manchester United as I cross the waters is not a precursor to their upcoming English Premier League season.
Mm.
The game actually ended 1-1 with Manchester City, with Manchester City winning the penalty shootout 7-6. Manchester United and Fulham kick off the 2024-25 English Premier League season this Friday at Old Trafford. And perhaps the first big game for the season in the English Premiership takes place on Sunday when Chelsea hosts defending champions Manchester City.
Oh, yeah. That's an
I
old
don't know how
rivalry there.
much I don't know how much weightlifting you have done, Trevor, but Jamaica Spartans brought home 15 medals from the just concluded North America Regional Powerlifting Championship in Scottsdale, Arizona. The Spartans team was made up of 6 females and 7 males. Flight issues caused by Hurricane Debbie prevented team captain and 93-kilogram class defending champion Javon Da Costa from attending. Reigning 74-kilogram women's champion Sammy DePaz showed why she is just that by defending her title for the 3rd time. Congratulations to our powerlifters. And lacrosse news, finally, in lacrosse, Jamaica under-20 women are in Hong Kong for the World Lacrosse Women's Under-20 Championships. Jamaica opens their championship bid tomorrow against the hosts, followed by games against England, Japan, and Ireland. And while ranked 21st in the world, Captain Nia Peralta is hoping her team will give their very best and impress scouts on the international stage. And that's where I put a wrap on John's Sports Corner for this beautiful Wednesday afternoon, August the 14th. But folks, again, you find John's Sports Corner here on Sosofat.com network. And remember to go to the Winner Circle store in the Sosofat shop and pick up merchandise as well again as the great Jamaican coffee.
Yes.
Blue Mountain.
And just a reminder that when you go to sosabone.com, you go to Sosofat TV, where John Sports Corner has their own channel. So you will not only be able to listen to this week's report, but you'll be able to listen to last week's report and the week before, because all his reports are on his channel. Again, we thank you for tuning in and see you next week.